Welcome to the Bro Country Podcast. My name is Joey, and as always, I'm joined by.
Hey man, it's Chris over here. What's going on over there tonight, Joey?
Hey, not much, man. We got a super special episode tonight, guys. We have a special guest, Mr. Brandon Davis, uh, on the rise country star that we are super excited to have on the show tonight. Hey, Brandon, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Joey. How about yourself?
I'm doing well, man. We really appreciate you coming on the show tonight and taking the time to meet with us.
Absolutely. I appreciate y'all having me on.
Yeah, most definitely. So, for those of you that don't know, Brandon has really just taken off this year via TikTok. I mean, you've got what, like 803,000 followers now?
I think we've hit 804,000 this
Oh
afternoon,
man,
so we're
Oh
still
my
climbing.
gosh, that's awesome, man. And
that is awesome.
that's where I found you and discovered your music was through TikTok back in June. Actually, it was a Garth Brooks cover that you'd put up, and it just came across my For You page, which Chris and I we really like to stay up to date with the guys and gals that are kind of on the rise, up and coming, and I was just blown away when I saw that, and been trying to keep up with you ever since. And it's just been crazy watching your account and your fan base grow, man.
Yeah, it's been a crazy ride from June to now. It all started right around Father's Day, so from there to now we're peaking up on Christmas and went from 0 followers to nearly 850,000. So we're peaking on that good little landmark for us. So
Yeah.
it's
That's
been a
wild,
heck of a
man.
ride for the past few months.
Yeah, that's awesome. So how did tell us a little bit? How did that start? Like, what inspired you just to jump on TikTok and really start promoting yourself?
Well, prior to TikTok, I actually just recently in the past year of 2019 got into a car accident. It messed me up pretty bad. Had to get some surgery done to get back on track, and it kind of made me realize that I'm a man that has 4 kids, and life is shorter than what you realize. In an instant, it could have been taken away from me. So I wanted to start pursuing my dreams and getting music further out there. And through TikTok, we actually found a good platform to do that. My wife kept, trying to say, "Hey, just try it. Let's see what happens." I didn't really know what TikTok was. We put a couple videos out there, and that first viral video where I'm doing a few requests for her really just took off day one of having it up.
Oh wow.
And to me, suddenly there was people out there that wanted to hear me sing. They wanted to hear my music. They were asking if I wrote songs, and we started replying to these videos and kept it going, and it's built ever since. And now we've got a means to actually share it with folks where before, it was me and my phone sitting in a pickup truck riding down the road singing to myself.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And it's kind of reminiscent of guys like Luke Combs, that use platforms like Vine to just really push their music to people and connect with their fans and build a solid foundation for, what's to come. So that's just super exciting that, you have that availability to just connect. Because I see you on there all the time, commenting back to your fans, liking their comments, and just being super interactive. And, as fans, people appreciate that. So that's just super cool that you can have that connection with them. But
Well, yeah, I try my best to stay engaged as much as possible because I mean, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here in the first place.
yeah, man, that's a great attitude to have for sure. But so tell us a little bit about when you started playing music. How did you get into playing music, playing guitar, and writing songs?
I had a very musical background in regards to my family. My dad played, my papa played, my uncle played, and my brother plays too. So I grew up in it all my life. My dad's singing gospel groups, country groups. He's wrote songs, you name it, he's done it. And around about eighth, ninth grade, I started writing songs myself. By the middle of high school, I finally got the patience to sit down and learn how to play guitar because I had to do it for a grade in a class in high school. So learned how to play guitar, was able to put that with the songwriting. Got a lot of tips from my father along the way, and we actually played in a little family band out in Birchwood, Tennessee, for a good while called Southern Tradition.
Oh,
So
Nice.
that's cool.
it definitely helped having a very music filled household. My dad was constantly helping me write songs, or vice versa.
That's great. Absolutely, man. But other than your family, who are some of your biggest musical influence that you've had just growing up and even now as an artist?
Growing up, one of my biggest ones was probably Merle Haggard. just because I listened to Merle's 16 Biggest Hits more times than I can count. I wore that CD out. Listened to that, and one of my first George Jones songs I ever listened to was a song called Choices, and that song really, for whatever reason, it hit all the right notes for me. It was one of the first songs I knew by heart, could sing any time of day that I wanted to. And
that's an awesome song, Brandon. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. So
have you ever seen the clip of Alan Jackson singing that at the ACM Awards when they wouldn't let George Jones play it?
No, as a matter of fact, I don't think I have.
Yeah, you need to go check it out on YouTube. It's a really cool clip.
Yeah, I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that either. I'll have to check that out, Chris.
It's because I'm older than you guys.
Whatever you say, man, but...
That's right.
Yeah, so definitely some good influences that you got there, man. And speaking of musical influence and just you doing your own thing, you recently dropped your debut single, God Made Angels. How did that feel to officially get some music out in the world?
I think that is probably the most excited I've been in my lifetime. If you were sitting here next to me the night that it all happened, like my wife, which I think we wound up posting a video of it, but I have never hollered, screamed, and been more capable of most likely doing a backflip than the night we finally get to drop the first single.
That's awesome, man. And actually, it's funny you say that because you were on a live stream on TikTok, I think, that night. And
Yes.
You did the little countdown, give me a yeehaw and all that, and you were stoked, man. So I bet that was just a super exciting moment for you guys. And
Oh yeah, I was over the moon, man.
that's great.
Still am.
Yeah, Brandon, tell us a little bit about kind of the how you produced the song, kind of where did you who wrote it, just kind of the background of the song.
Okay. As far as who wrote the song, I wrote the song myself, and actually had a lot of input from my little 5-year-old daughter.
Oh wow.
She is a songwriter to be. Don't let the age fool you, because she's constantly, whether it makes sense or not, that little girl's writing songs every single day. So she gave me a good amount of input. Said I like this. I like how this sounds. I was like, okay, well, let's see what we can do with it. We made the song probably I think it took me a good few weeks, which generally it doesn't, but this song I really tried to put it all into it. Once we finally had something, we saw if it had any resonation with people, and from there, once we finally figured out it did, we took it to our producer, which was a gentleman named Jacob Frisch, really great guy, and he put together a group that I couldn't be happier with the music that they put behind it. Excellent steel guitar, banjo, good bass player, good drum tracks. And once we finally had it all together, it was doing the first process of hitting distribution, which was crazy to me that I was going to be distributed out anywhere, let alone multiple platforms.
Yeah.
And once we finally got it out, it was a waiting game that I think I honestly got sick and tired of waiting more than the people that were waiting for the song to drop. So that constant anticipation of, oh my gosh, we've still got like 5 days. Well, now we've only got 2, but that's going to be the 2 longest periods of 24 hours in my entire life.
Oh, I bet, man. Yeah.
Yeah. It's doing pretty well too. I'm checking it out Spotify right now. It's got over 30,000 streams. So I mean, it's doing pretty good.
Yeah, it's not doing bad. We had a couple of hiccups where I think it got posted to the wrong accounts, but we've got the fix in the works for that. I'm not sure which Brandon Davis it was on YouTube and Apple Music, but we'll hopefully have it resolved back to my direction here before too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the production sound on it is incredible. I mean it sounds like somebody that's been making music for 10 years. It doesn't sound like the first song from somebody. That was the first thing that Joey and I both noticed was just how mature and just how solid it was right off the bat. I mean, super impressed.
Yeah, the instrumentation was incredible too. It was just awesome. And I sent it out to a couple of my friends that are country music fans. They're like, how's this guy have no monthly listeners on Spotify? And I was like, hey, it's his first debut single, but now you've got over 10,000 monthly, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, something like that. It's grown pretty dang quick. And
yeah, it's awesome.
I mean, when it comes to that instrumentation, we had some red hot pickers on it. one of them was the steel guitar player for, I believe, Jake Owen.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah,
That's huge.
we had some really good instrumentation behind that. And Jacob put together a great mix. We went through it several times and finally got it tweaked to exactly where we wanted it. I couldn't be happier, man. It turned out way better than I expected anything I'd ever wrote to sound.
That's super exciting, man. Well, Brandon actually sent us a clip over of the song, guys, so we're going to let you guys get a little teaser of the track. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and play the song for you.
Sometimes life can kick you around, knock you down, make you think there's nowhere around to run to, and no one to help you. And sometimes every turn is wrong, the radio's playing them sad old songs. You never know what might happen next, whether it's for worse or for the best. But girl, there is one thing that I can count on. It's a laid-back Saturday night with you wrapped up in my arms, when you're dancing in my t-shirt, bare feet sliding across the floor as you walk into my heart. Yeah, some things you can't rely on, like the weather and tomorrow, but there's two things in this life I still believe: God made angels, and He sent one to me.
There you have it, folks. That's Brandon's debut single, God Made Angels. Make sure you guys go check that out on all major platforms. Buy it on iTunes. Get this guy's name out there. He's the next big thing. But anyways, Chris, I think you've got a question for Brandon, right?
Yeah, I mean, Brandon, you post so many videos, and there's so many different songs. I mean, other than God Made Angels, what else are you most excited about, or what would you like to record next? Kind of what do you think's next?
What we've got next is actually hopefully going to be dropping in January of 2021, and that's a song you can find on YouTube right now, which is Step by Step. And we just got done laying down some tracks and some vocals, trying to get everything kind of honed in together and mixed. And I'm very excited about this song just because it hits me right at home. It's about my oldest two, because I am the stepfather to my oldest daughter, Malia, and my oldest son, Brantley. And this song, Step by Step, pretty much hits not just step parents, not stepdads, stepmoms, not your stepson or stepdaughter. It's for anyone who stepped up and did their part to be a part of a child's life when they didn't have to be. So whether that's the step parents, the foster parents, the bonus parents, the grandparents that are raising kids that should have just been their grandkids to love on.
Oh,
It
that's
hits
awesome,
everyone
man.
and gives everyone a means of connecting with it. So it's a real special one for me. And then after that, we've also got down the line Ice Cold, which is, out of everything, what we're calling it right now is the BD Brigade anthem. It's what we end all the lives with. It's what everyone knows the words to. And I have been waiting so long to get this one recorded that it's not even funny. But by the time we had the means to happen, it was a little winter time, and I want this to be that summertime, roll your windows down and jam out as you're going down the road kind of song.
Yeah, and I've actually heard you play that on lives and stuff before, Brandon. I think you hit the nail on the head. That's definitely a jam out with the windows down kind of tune. So I think that's a great plan you guys have there for that one. Super excited to hear that
Yeah,
one.
hopefully 2021 is a little different than 2020, and everybody's going to be jamming out next summer.
Yeah,
I hope so.
You got any
Hopefully we roll the
plans
windows
to?
down safely.
Yeah, absolutely. You got any plans to hit the road, do some shows next year if things settle down a little bit, or?
Yeah, absolutely. The game plan right now is just kind of taking it, a couple months out at a time, and trying to make sure that whatever we plan can stay firmly planned.
Now, Brandon, you're down in Tennessee, right? So how are things with the pandemic and everything down there? Do you guys have like a lot of restrictions or curfews or anything going on down there?
The main thing right now is just pretty much a courtesy mask mandate. It's not being enforced by the county or anything in our area, but most businesses are requiring you to have a mask before you come in. And schools have kind of converted a little bit to where they're at a phase one stage. So it's gotten it's gotten a little more lenient, a little more strict as of late, ever since Thanksgiving broke, but it's not too horrible.
Yeah, I'm in Ohio myself, and we've got a mandatory mask mandate. Curfew is 10 p.m., so it's pretty crazy here. But hopefully, this stuff
It's
just kind
good.
of clears up and we can get back to some live shows soon.
I agree.
Yeah. But you told us a little bit about some of your musical influences kind of growing up and stuff, but who are some of your favorite current artists?
Honestly, my favorite current artist right now is probably Luke Combs,
Very good.
and
Nice.
that's just because he's got that means of taking country back a few years, kind of like John Party as well.
Oh
They
man,
Oh,
both
yeah.
have that
he
that
just named my
'90s
two favorite
country
artists.
sound.
Yeah, yeah, we're definitely huge fans of both those guys. And, kind of like you said, they take it back a few years, so they've got kind of that modern vibe with a 90s sound to it almost. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And John Party, he reminds me a lot of Dwight Yoakam, and I always loved listening to Dwight Yoakam.
Yeah,
Absolutely, man.
that Bakersfield kind of sound.
Yes.
Very
Yes.
good. And man, I think that you kind of are relatable in that aspect too, because you have such that 90s kind of almost like that Texas scene kind of sound, but it's something that, you can imagine hearing on the radio as well. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah,
think,
we've go ahead.
I was going to say, and I think that just that relatability aspect and you connecting with fans is going to be huge for you going forward.
Yeah, we've had quite a few people say a lot of things similar, and it for me that's the biggest compliment I can get because I grew up listening to the old stuff. I grew up listening to '90s country and the older, like the outlaw country, like Waylon Jennings and Willie Nelson, and I've always been told by my father when it come to some of what I wrote, I was born about 40 years too late. But I'm trying to get it to where it's not ancient, but it sounds like the stuff everyone's wanting to hear while it's still leaning true to what I grew up listening to.
Most definitely, and
Yeah,
just like you were
absolutely,
talking
man.
about with the production and instrumentation on your single with the banjo, the steel guitar, and to have those instruments on a song that sounds radio ready today is it's radio in a sense is kind of going back to that with guys like Luke Combs, John Party, Riley Green. You know what I mean? And I
Oh
just
yeah,
think that there's just a resurgence in that kind of sound, and with your skill set and vocals, I mean that's just perfect for what's coming back.
yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing what the future holds with it. So it's very exciting just to watch what's taken off so far take off. So here's to seeing what happens next.
Yeah, I mean, do you have any specific goals that you're looking towards in the future? Are you just going to try to see where this leads, or what do you think there, Brandon?
The goal would be to hopefully top the charts at least on iTunes for starters. Let's get a.
Yep.
I'd like to get number one on iTunes charts, and from
Yeah, I mean,
there,
it's happened 4 or 5 times here recently, so I think you're
yeah,
definitely in you're in the right direction for sure, man.
yeah, we hit the top 100, and for new releases, we hit number 24. So that
Oh,
it
that's
wasn't
awesome,
bad
man.
for the first time out. Being as how there's only one song period of me for you to listen to, but that's about to change. Won't be long.
That, that's awesome, man. We can't wait.
Yeah,
I
and
can't wait either.
that's an awesome goal to have, Brandon, and definitely attainable. I mean, you see folks like, and I'm sure you've probably seen them through the TikTok and social media community, but like Priscilla Block, Cooper Allen, all these people that are putting out songs that are jumping number one on iTunes, and Priscilla just signed a deal with a major label, and just from self promoting on TikTok. So I mean, it's definitely in your cards to have that happen soon, man.
Yeah, that's the goal. I mean, it'd be nice to hit 1 million on TikTok. We've been after that goal for a few months. We'll see how quick we can climb there.
Yeah, I was gonna say at
But
this rate, it looks like probably in the next couple of weeks you're gonna be right there.
it'd be nice, man.
Yeah.
We're see, we're 196,000 away, but yeah, I'd like to see that, and it would be nice to have the conversations down the road that lead to some form of a record deal. because that would be a dream come true. It'd be all the things I've been chasing after here recently, all the songs that I've been writing since 2007. It would be a means of putting all that into motion and using it to have a career for myself, doing what I know I love for the rest of my life, and providing not only music fans can enjoy, but a life for my family that I know is going to always take care of them, and just being able to share what I love to do.
Have you had a chance to get over to Nashville in the last couple of years?
I have here and there. Now I'm actually going to be heading up there Sunday. As a matter of fact, I've got a little recording that I've actually got set up for 2 different videos.
Oh, that's cool, man.
So,
That's awesome. Now, how far are you from?
Spending a lot.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Brandon.
Oh no, you're fine. Just looking forward to spending a lot more time up there.
Yeah,
That's the main thing.
absolutely. And how far are you from Nashville in Chattanooga?
We're about 2.5 hours away, so it's not too bad of a drive.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Because a lot of aspiring musicians that want to take it to the next level, pack up and move to Nashville. So, I mean, with you being so close, do you see that potentially happening? Or are you just gonna commute going forward? Or
I think for a little while it'll be a commute, but at some point or another, I got a feeling it's gonna boil down to whether or not we want to get in that scene and hop right into it, or ride it out and see how long it takes us to get there. But I foresee a move to Nashville in the future, whether it be sooner or later.
yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's really all I've got for you, man. Do you got any final words for our listeners, or Chris, you got anything else you want to talk to Brandon about?
Man, I was just going to say, I mean, just stay confident, and I mean, you're obviously on the right track, and we're just glad to have found you early on, so that we can tell people when you're the biggest, one of the biggest stars out there that we knew you win.
Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and we definitely appreciate you taking a little bit of time out of your day, man, to chat with us and hop on the show and, just share a couple pieces of, about you with everybody. So it's awesome, man. We appreciate that.
I appreciate y'all letting me be a part of it, man. It's an honor to get to talk to anybody about any of this, because, like I said, for the longest time, it was just me.
Yeah.
And the only person that got to hear all my songs was my wife. So...
And she is definitely your number one fan, man. Her and those kids,
you
man.
better believe it.
You can see that just the family vibe that you guys have is inspirational, man. That's awesome and just inspiring. As I'm a dad myself, I've got one little boy and a 3-year-old little boy and a wife, and it's just cool seeing other folks that love their family so much and connect like that. So definitely.
Yeah, it wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for them, man. I mean,
Yeah.
They're the reason I'm singing it. They're really and truly they're the inspiration behind the majority of the songs. So if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be sitting right here right now.
That's great. And then, I mean, even with the accident you were in last year, to take something that's so traumatic for folks to run with that as a positive, to just chase your dreams and, do this for the kids and your wife is great, man. And I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I mean, it can be life-changing how one moment lets you know that it could be carry on, or, you couldn't be here. And it
Most
just
definitely.
takes the blink of an eye for that to happen. But I'm very fortunate to have made it past it, and we had our 4th little boy not too long after all that took place. And, thanks to what all we've done since then and how we've grown as a family, and now a platform to put all the music on, and not only share just strictly the music, but being able to share just the fun moments with them, being able to share laughing and cutting up with my kids, and people being like, that's awesome, we love that. That's been one of the highlights for me throughout the whole process.
Most definitely. And that shines through on the videos. Like I saw the other day, you were singing to your little boy the Grinch song, and
Yeah.
when you're the life-size Alexa machine for your wife and stuff, man, that's just so much fun. And it's a good way for you to promote your voice, but also just to cut up and have a good time with your family too.
Yeah, like I said, it's great when you get to do something you enjoy. That's the main thing.
most definitely. And speaking of Brandon's TikTok and social medias, you guys need to go follow him and check him out on there. Just go to BrandonDavis_music. You can find him on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all that good stuff. And while you're at it, give us a follow and a like on our social media too. Just search Bro Country Podcast. We'd love to have you guys. But most importantly, make sure you go hype up that song. Tell all your friends and family about it. Let them know Brandon Davis is on the rise, and go stream and purchase God Made Angels. And I think that's going to wrap it up for us, guys. Brandon, again, thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate that. And we'd love to have you on again sometime here in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate y'all having me on, and looking forward to hopefully having some more conversations with you. It's been fun, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And guys, as always, keep it country and take care of each other.
But girl, there is one thing that I can count on. It's a laid-back Saturday night with you wrapped up in my arms when you're dancing in my t-shirt, bare feet sliding across the floor as you waltz into my heart. Yeah, some things you can't rely on, like the weather and tomorrow, but there's still things in this life I still believe. God made angels, and He sent one to me.